All right, so let's go ahead and tackle what you can do without knowing anything at all. You're just going to copy what you got, and we're going to basically whittle away at the chips of this 10 question. It's really 5. It's half a point for each. So you see 5 questions. Well, actually, it looks like 10. You have your statements here and your reasons here, and you have to do all of them. But each one's worth half a point. So we got a total of 5 points, but you have 10 things you have to fill out. All right, so you're going to get a half a point for each. So let's just do and get some points on the things that you can do. Okay, now we do know that the proof. So look at this. See how this proof here, I'm going to highlight it in blue. That's an angle. Angle BCA is congruent to angle DCA. Notice it does not say triangle. Okay? So when we have triangles, we have to prove the triangles are congruent with the 3-letter postulate. But now we're doing CPCTC. So what that's saying is we're going to prove those angles congruent even though they're not marked. So the easy part about this, just to even get a point, is that proof that's not a triangle. It's going to be your last one. So on number 5, we're going to rewrite it out. We're just going to copy it. Okay, and as you see on the top here, see that CPCTC? That is always going to go next to it. CPCTC. 1 point down. Easy. Now we're going to get 2 points, 2 more points. And that's where we get to the givens. Right there. So again, they're given to you. So that's easy. So let's go ahead and write them out. I'm just going to pause it, write it out, and then put it back on so it doesn't take so long. So I'm going to write it down and bring it back. Voila. So we have the 2 given statements. We've now got 3 points out of 5. So what does that come out to? Let me go ahead and do the calculator. I think it's like 67%. Maybe it's more. Let's see here. So 3 out of 5. 3 divided by 5, 60%. So you're passing. So let's look at one more thing that should be pretty easy. So whenever you have only 2 givens, you've got, let me highlight here. We have a given here, that's 1, with a comma, and another given here. 2 givens. Actually, down below we wrote it down, so we know we have 2 givens. Whenever you have 2 givens, that means you're going to have to either mark a reflexive property or vertical angles. Those are your 2 choices. Okay? 2 givens, so it's either reflexive property or vertical angles. So be prepared. If you only see 2 statements or 2 givens, meaning same thing, you got to do one of those 2. So that also means that you're going to either write vertical angles or reflexive property down here. And I'm just going to tell you what it is, and then I'm going to mark it. It's reflexive. Now we have 3.5 out of 5. Because we got that one right, we now have a 70% C on the test, just by that. But hey, why not? Why stop there? So here's our reflexive, that shared side. We, of course, need that 3-letter postulate with the S's and the A's, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And let's look at the letters for that side. It's A to C is that side, AC. Triangle B shares AC, and triangle D shares AC. So AC for triangle B is congruent to AC on triangle D. AC is congruent with AC. Now we have 4 points. That gives us 80% on the test, and we haven't even finished. But let's say I have no idea what to do at this point. Well, then you got 80% for this question. So let's just go ahead and take it further though. So let's take that off. And let's go ahead and, before we even get the postulate for number 4 under reasons, we're going to go ahead and put what needs to go there. In order, see number 5, I'm going to highlight it so you know where I'm looking. See number 5 there? We're proving angles that they're not telling us to mark. Matter of fact, up at the top, it's just sides, and the reflexive's just a side, but they want to prove that if we look in the center here, angle C, right here, is congruent. That BCA and DCA are congruent angles, but they're not marked. So technically, we don't know that unless we prove that triangles are congruent. So this is what you do. See those angles? Make a triangle out of them. BCA is congruent to DCA. So now we're going to say those triangles. We're going to state what those triangles are. We now have 4.5 out of 5. We're at 90% on the test. But, you know, either you don't feel like marking that, or you don't know how to mark anything, which by now you should, because we've been marking for well over a month. So let's go ahead and mark and get the last bit here. So let's start with this statement, given statement right there. So let's start with AB. AB is congruent to AD. Mark that with 2 because we already have the one with 1. All right, good. Now BC, which is right there, is congruent to, DC. All right, there's D to C or C to D right there. You just gotta look for it. And those, I gotta do 3 marks. 1, 2, 3. Side, side. So the postulate we ended up with, those 3 wonderful letters to prove the triangles are congruent. Side, side, side. So what this is all saying is, because we were able to establish that 3 sides are the same length, then we have enough to prove that those triangles are the same. And if the triangles are the same, then all the parts of the triangle are the same, and that's what that last statement says. Angle BCA, which is not marked, is congruent with DCA, which is also not marked, based on CPCTC, which stands for corresponding parts are congruent if triangle is congruent. So any of these corresponding parts, whether it be angle B and D or angle A and C, those are congruent because we proved the triangle is the same.